Well, today we are going to discuss about the incident reporting and investigations. So here we will describe, this is a training slides, and what are the important informations we need to collect during investigations, what technique we need to do, what are the important things we need to consider during incident investigation process. So why the incident investigation is important, and these are the main thing we will consider today's incident investigation training. So incident investigations, definition of the incident investigations: any personal injury or minor or major, any loss of productivity, any property damages, any environmental damages, spills, environmental damages, oil spill, etc., accident release of pollutions. So this all result in an incidents. Incident have the potential to cause. So incidents are just tips of the iceberg. Tension of treatment cost of the injured persons, incident investigation maneuvers, delays, cost productivity, environment damages, high turnovers, bad images, overtime costs, lost opportunities, lost goodwills, lost clients. So these are the major part of the losses. So one small incident can be cause the below negative products of the companies. So indirect result of the companies. Incident and reportings. When an incident has to be reported, the following information should be included: location of the incident, nature of the incident, severity of the incident, response at scene so far, additional resources required if any. So whenever you are reporting an incident, you need to clearly describe the following details: exact locations, that means the correct location will be identified and the emergency services will be reached on the right locations. If you don't misplace the locations, it will be delay the emergency process. So what kind of incidents, what kind of emergency you are facing, that nature of incidents you need to be clearly explained. That's why the responder of the emergency, he can prepare, and what are the emergency items he need to be bring with them, or any other additional resources which is required to bring. So severity of it, how severity, how many people, person injured, how many person injured, 4 people, 5 people. Accordingly they will arrange the ambulance and rescue personnel together. Or if there is a fire incidents, there is a lots of building catch fire, then it required multiple fire trucks. So accordingly that severity of incident will help these emergency people to take an action immediately. To response at scene so far, and additional resources required. Any additional resources required, or ladder or access something, we need to be informed at the time of reporting. Assess the type of severity of incidents. Investigate the emergency. Yes, once the incident incident and accident is reported, then HSE department need to have an assessment. So assess the type and severity of the incidents and investigate emergency response as the project emergency response plan and spill response plans. So in your project there is readily available project emergency plan, also spill emergency response plans. So according to your work nature in your site. So ensure that you are following the themes are following emergency evacuation procedures, emergency response planners. Notify the necessary peoples like a project manager, director, area coordinator, whoever is necessary in your reporting plan, in your reporting organizations. So notify these peoples. Attend the scene and secure is required. So you need to visit the site scene areas, and if it is required, the locations for investigations. Together with the response of the supervisor, of course there will be areas of supervisor response for the area security. When you report incidents, you are making everyone aware of the problems. So you need to notice the everyone. Allowing the employer to investigate the problems. Initiate the immediate corrective actions. Making the workplace safer by improving the work practice. meet your goal obligations, possibly saving a workmate from injury and death. So this reporting, some people are not reporting the incidents because they have negative feels. They will affect their position, they affect their work areas. So that's why the people are not reporting. In case if you are reporting a problem, you will helpful to the finding incident could be reduced, and it will be reoccur in futures. So there will be actual proper study of the investigations, corrective actions. Then only we can stop the incident happen in the future. Very worst situation. Some reasons employees are not reporting the incidents because of failure to understand significance of the incident. They are not understand properly, not wanting to lose time on the jobs. People don't want to lose or spending time for this job. So after reporting, there will be investigation, training. This further process supervisor bypassing. Fear of the supervisor, negative reactions. So someone not reporting these kind of incidents or near misses because supervisor will think negative reactions to reduce the job process. Fear being blamed. People are afraid that the people will get blamed on the reporting personals. Fear about the name being reported. The people are afraid they will use their names. You are not doing this. You are not doing it correctly. This wise people are fear about their names, blaming their names. Pressure not to report. Some supervisors, engineers, or managers, they say do not report this. They have pressure on his shoulder. Do not report these incidents. So these are the major causes happening in the construction industries. People are not reporting incidents or accidents in our workplaces. So you need to report any incident, and it will not be investigated and determine what went wrong and the incident occurred. So then only we can identify what went wrong and it will be taken corrective action. Then it will be stopped at that point. If you not reported, if you not investigated, it will be reoccur in the future. There is 100% possibilities because the missing things did not place it correctly. The reason of this incident did not correct them. So why investigate? So why the incident investigation was conducting? To find out the cause of incident and to prevent similar incident in the future, to fulfill any legal requirements, to determine the cost of the incidents, to determine compliance with the applicable safety regulations and not blame or criticize anybody. This investigations process normally doing in our industries to identify the causes of incidents and take a corrective actions, and also legal requirements for the companies and the cost of the incidents per year. The evaluation, it will be helpful the company to identify where the missing things and where the safety deviations happening and what cost affecting the company, the management level issues that. So and the incident investigation not for the blame or criticize to anybody. So something goes wrong, okay, it is there, it will be corrective and it will not happen in the future again, because accident is called unexpected happenings. So this, of course, it will be there, nobody cannot stop. We can reduce the incidents. So not for the blame and criticize anybody. Who should do the investigations? Such as a manager and supervisors, with the knowledge of the work, employees with the knowledge of the work, safety officers, employees with experience in investigations, outside expert, representative from the client investigation team as per the next tables. So this depends upon the company policies and procedures. So there will be some department to assign for these investigations. There is a investigation team in the company, nominated personnel from different section of the department like mechanical, electrical, safety, administrations, constructions. All together there will be a team, so that technical personnel are also involved in the investigation. So some technical incidents happening, so they can easily identify the evaluation root causes. So investigation teams has to be participated, like a HSE department manager will be fatalities, major environmental incident, the department manager will involve, Regional managers will go fatality, major property damage, major environmental lost time incident happening. Regional manager will be included. Project manager will be included fatality, major incident, minor property is required, and other issues as required. HSE manager include for all project incident and incident, it will be included for all. Construction manager also will involve project all kind of incident investigations. Workshop managers fatalities as required, which is not related to workshop, so mechanical incident or a P&D incident, you don't need to participate. Major property damage, you need to be involved. Supervisors, the area supervisor also will be involved for all investigations. So client representatives as required for all incidents. When should commence? Investigation should commence as soon as possible so that you are able to observe the conditions as they were at the time, prevent disturbance of evidence and identify the witness. So incident investigations, when to start? So after said incidents, the victim, if somebody got injury, he take a first aid or a medical treatment, and if it is property damage, it is fully isolated and it is barricaded areas. Once it is neutralized, before that we need to isolate this area and observe the things, what happened, what went wrong, and how it is happening in the areas, and the initial model should be observed. And as soon as possible we need to start the investigation to collect the maximum evidence, and as it is, it will stay. So after a couple of days, people's mind will be changed, and there will be a possibility of misusing or removal of the evidence because of the fear of the supervisor, manager, engineer, whoever. There is a possibility, unless we don't appoint any security staff in that area. So conducting the investigations, attend the scene and commence the investigations. So once accident is happened, reported, when the emergency case is neutralized, so you need to attend the scene and commence the investigation process. Observe physical scene, take a photo, sketches as required, identify those involved and take statements, identify the people who are working there, who are witness, take all names and list of the personals, identify the work being carried out and the manner which it is being carried out. So identify what activities are doing, what is the last activities happened there, make a list out of the jobs. Conducting the investigation, identify the condition that could have contributed in the incidents. So we need to identify any other related jobs or contributions are involved as is below. Position of the injured worker, equipment being used, material and chemical being used if it is used, safety devices in use, safety harness, any other devices, any other equipment they are using during this position. Position of appropriate guards if they are using with machines or machine parts, so there is an appropriate evaluation of the machine guards. Position of control of machinery, damage to the equipment, housekeeping that area, and weather condition, light levels, the illumination levels and noise levels, and time of delays. Light level, it will be visual contact is clear or no, we can identify. Noise level increase means there will be a shout signal or there will be a verbal communication signal. Maybe the person could not hear properly, there is a lack of communication, that's why noise level is important. Time of the days, what time it's happened, before lunch, after lunch, early morning, early evening. So storage of goods and equipments, access and egress, barricading, segregation, traffic, work layout. These are the things you need to include in the incident investigations. So what should you look at the incident scene at the course of incidents? Material, environment, personnel, management and the task. This you need to be considered. What should we look at the scene of incidents? Task. Look for the actual work procedure being used for the time of incidents. So once your incident happen at site, ask for procedures for method statement, risk assessment, TSA, other related documents. What procedure they are using for this work, and there will be maybe the variation from the procedure and the practical task may be very far from the procedures. Had a condition change to make a normal procedure unsafe. Where appropriate tools, materials are available, where they use, where safety devices working properly, and materials. Seek the possible causes resulting from the equipment and materials. Was there an equipment failure? What caused it to fail? Were hazardous substances involved? Were they clearly identified? Was the raw materials substandard in the same way? Some way? What should we look at the cause of incident? Environment, physical environment, especially sudden changes to the environment. Where the weather conditions, poor housekeeping is a problem, where toxic hazardous and dust flame presence, where adjacent activities are affecting to the work. Was traffic equipment being managed? Prisoners, the physical and mental condition, those involved directly in the event, where the experience in the workers being done, there is experienced people or the newly people without trained people are doing. As the people are adequately trained, has the physically do the work or mechanically do the work? What is the status of their health? Their health or ordinary healthy conditions. We need to consider these kind of things during investigations. Defenses, system in place prevent injury, reduce the impact of incident. Had the hazardous associated with the task been identified? Were the appropriate control in place? Should personal protective equipment have been used? What was the PPE they used? Were user of PPE trained or no? Management, were safety rules communicated and understood by all employees? Were written procedure and orientation available? Were they being enforced? Were they adequate supervisor? Were the workers trained to do the job? And hazardous been previously identified? Had the procedure been developed and overcome them? Where the unsafe condition is corrected? Was regular maintenance equipment being carried out and record is available? Where the regular inspection is carried out? These are the management type of questions during the incident investigations. Incident response, where the correct people are notified? Was the notified timely? Where an emergency response, is it in line with the ERP, emergency response plans? What was the timeline of the response? So this will be assessments. There is any incident handling, there is any delay, it is correctly handled as per the emergency response plans. There is any time delays will be identified. This incident's response. Maybe incident is worse because of the delay response to identify. So that we need to identify through incident response analysis. Interview with the witness. Put the witness is emphasize real reason of investigation to determine what happened and why. Let the witness talk and listen. Ask open-minded questions. So once we notified at the beginning the witness statements who are working there, supervisor, witnesses, so involved parties, all the people should be interviewed and collect the data as soon as possible, so that they will not change their statement time to time manner, and the witness statement will be written. General questions, where were they at time of incidents? Where were you doing at the time? What did you see here? What were the environmental conditions, weather, light, noise, etc. at the time? What was the injured workers doing at the time? In your opinions, what caused the incident? How much similar incident prevent in the same future? So these are the general questions you can ask the witnesses or and all over the involved parties. Background information. Additional background information may require to complete the investigation. It could be include technical data sheet of the reports, operating manuals, inspection report, company policies, maintenance report, past accident reports, formalized safe work procedures, training reports. All gathered information must be recorded in accident investigation report. Corrective action must be assigned and listed together with the responsibilities and time frame could be set. Corrective action must be implemented. Corrective action must be reviewed on implementation and effectiveness. To finding the incident, investigation must be communicated to all employees through a variety of HSE meetings like a site stop work meeting, area stand-down, HSE weekly meeting, toolbox talk. So communication method by incident type: stop work meeting during the fatality meeting, area stand-down meeting, LTI, major, property, significant, all other hazard. HSE weekly meeting discuss all type of incidents. Toolbox talk will be conducted for all incidents happening at sites. So here the friends, the minimum requirement for incident investigation and the fact to be considered during the investigations. I hope all safety guys will be valuable for these informations. If you are watching first time our video, please subscribe our channel. See you with another video, another topic. In your inputs, please put your comment sections. Thank you for watching.